Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to Pitch Talk.
We are fans of football dropping vlogs, videos and podcasts on the beautiful game.
Check out our videos on YouTube and Instagram's IGTV,
including special feature segments,
5 minutes with the G,
the Straight Shootin View,
coaching with JBK. We produce, record and edit video content
and audio on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts,
Verbal, Podomatic,
Anchor,
Spotify
and other podcast platforms.
Join the Pitch Talk revolution on Twitter, Instagram,
Facebook
and www.pitch-talk.com.
The pitch is where we eat.
The pitch is where we sleep.
And the pitch is where we talk.
I can see you now. I can see you now and then. I can see you now.
Hey everybody, what is up? My name is Straight Shootin LJA and welcome to another episode of the Straight Shootin View. Now, one thing that has interested me recently, piqued my interest recently as a Liverpool supporter, is the news that FSG have, well, depending on which outlets you believe, they're selling Liverpool Football Club. Now, FSG have put up the club for sale, or at least are listening to offers for the club, and also as well, not just like listening to offers for the club, which they've gotten a load of, but they're also looking at investors as well. And that's where the interesting side of me comes into it, because yes, I'm a Liverpool supporter, but the fact is the business side of this is actually very interesting to me. And for those who have said FSG out, well, it may be happening sooner than you expected. You're ungrateful. Anyway, I'm going to leave that one aside. But I said when we won the Premier League, thank you FSG, because they came in with an objective to make us sustainable. They always said from day one they weren't going to be some billionaire benefactors just throwing money into the club, throwing bad money after good, and all that sort of stuff. They were going to establish us the right way. And yeah, they made a couple of mistakes, but they have done what they said they were going to do. Put us back at that summit of club football again. Have us challenging on a regular basis, but make it sustainable. Make the club sustainable financially. And that's what they've done. So to them, I do say thank you. Apparently it's being speculated that the European Super League and the way that all collapsed was a major part of the reason why they're now looking to sell up. And personally, I don't believe that. Personally, I am more on the other side of it, where it's like, well, how much further can FSG now take us without investing hundreds and hundreds of millions? And it's a case of that's just not their business model. So I think they're looking at it now as, you know what, we bought this club for 300 million and we've built it back up into the powerhouse that we knew it could be. So now the fact that Chelsea got sold for 4 billion to Todd Bowley, it's a case of Liverpool, we can command as much, if not more. And it should be significantly more than Chelsea, in all honesty. Because remember, that was basically a fire sale because Abramovich was forced to sell. So with the revenue streams that we've got, with the new licensing deals that have been signed within the last few weeks, it's interesting that FSG have picked, well, right in the middle of the season before the World Cup, as timing to sell up. But as well, it's a case of what better time than this to sell. Because as I said, the club is, I think they've probably taken the club as far as we can go. They've won every trophy going. They've improved Anfield. I think the capacity, once the Anfield Road stand is finished, is going to be 61,000. And it's like, from when they came in and we had all of the false promises from Gillette and Hicks, we'd had all of the debt laden on us, by Gillette and Hicks. They came in and were like, you know what? Cool. This is what needs to be done. This is how we're going to do it. And as I said, they've increased the revenue streams. They've signed new licensing deals. And they've made the club thriving again, where we were almost dead in 2010. If not, it's like in the 11th hour, if it wasn't for FSG coming in at the 11th hour, we would have been dead. We would have become property of RBS. So it's one of them ones where those saying, oh, FSG out, they haven't done anything for us, da, da, da. All right, cool, you got your wish. But we've always got to be careful what we wish for, because obviously we don't want owners coming in like Gillette and Hicks again. We don't want owners like the Glazers, who will strip mine the club and put nothing back in. It's one of them where we want owners, obviously, who are going to invest. And remember, FSG, they are looking, obviously, if the right offer comes in and it's for 4 billion plus, they'll sell the whole thing. But if investors come in and want to invest significant amounts, they've said they're open to that as well. So it's not as cut and dry as, oh, we're just going to sell. It's like, no, you know what? We are looking for major investors, but if the right offer comes in, we'll sell. And you know what? That's fair enough. Because like with any business, it is a case of, if you've built it to the point where you think you can't carry it any further, you might as well sell up or take a back seat and get some major investors in and let them take the reward, but also take more of the risk as well. So you haven't got to put in as much. And it's like fair play. But for me, the next owners I want in, I wouldn't mind them doing things similar to the FSG way. Maybe invest a little more in the summer windows and that. But I want owners who do things the right way. I really do, because football is already full of enough shady ethics and shady economics, and it wouldn't sit well with me to say have a Qatari sheikh or some guy or some billionaire from like Bahrain or Saudi Arabia or that neck of the woods, because look at the Qatar World Cup and the whole shady ethics and the shady human rights track record. I don't want that. I do not want any more of that. Newcastle have that with their Saudi Arabian owners, and some of their fans at their recent match against Chelsea actually had a poster and were protesting it, saying, "Nah, man, we don't want this. We don't want that." And some people have even said to me, "Oh, if your club's winning trophies, you won't care." It's like, no. Like, what do you when you think to yourself, what do you take me for? It's like, come on. There's a right way of doing things and the wrong way of doing things. And you look at the questionable, Roman Abramovich, his questionable past and also his questionable present, which led to him being ousted from Chelsea Football Club. And I had always said that the guy was shady, look at how he made his money and all that. And it came home to roost this season with the Russia-Ukraine war and his links to Vladimir Putin. I don't want that for my club personally. I really don't, because it wouldn't sit well. Really wouldn't sit well. It's like it's like Luis Suarez after the Patrice Evra thing. It was a lot harder to be a Suarez fanboy after that. It was one of them ones. Love Liverpool Football Club. Suarez, quality striker, but the shady things he was doing, and it's like, no, you don't need to do that. You don't need to be doing that. And it just left a bitter taste in the mouth. And then when he left, it was like, well, that's just true to form. So the next owners I want in at Liverpool, I think need to be doing things the right way. There are rumours swirling around about who the next owners are going to be. Apparently, Sir Martin Broughton who shout out to him, and once again a thank you to him, because he was involved in bringing FSG in the first place. Apparently him and a consortium of a couple of other people are interested. I've read recently that an Indian billionaire worth about 90 billion, I think like the 8th richest man in the world, apparently is interested. And it's like, you know what, as much as I'd love a billionaire benefactor and all that, I just don't want someone utterly shady and sinister who has no moral fibre or no values. Because for me, that's not the Liverpool way. And for me, that's not the way clubs should be run. Clubs should be run, in my view, to be sustainable in and of themselves. Not sustainable because a billionaire has given you £1 billion worth of loans that you were fortunate didn't get called in when the club was taken from him, Chelsea. Or I don't want owners who have to fiddle the books just to make it look like the club is profitable. Manchester City, Paris Saint-Germain, inflating sponsorships. I don't want owners like the Glazers, who have stripped my Manchester United from day one, bought it in a leveraged buyout, so didn't even actually buy the club outright, and I'm taking half of everything that the club makes on the New York Stock Exchange. Don't want owners like that. I want owners who will run us the right way, keep us sustainable. That's the thing. The long-term future of the club and its fans always has to be in mind. And also as well, I wouldn't be opposed to fans getting a stake in the club as well. So like Spirit of Shankly, our biggest supporters group, it'd be one of them ones, having them have a bit more of an impact. So, because they're always campaigning for the right things. Spirit of Shankly have got Liverpool Football Club at their heart and core. So the next owners that come in, FSG have started this ball rolling, but I would like Spirit of Shankly to have more of a role in the club with the next set of owners, because then that keeps the club's heart and ethos as the Liverpool way, and that can't be sanitized, pasteurized, homogenized. That can't be wiped clean. So it's going to be interesting over the next few months to see who takes over next, who buys it, how much they buy it for. But as said, I would like to say thank you to FSG for what they've done, and this next chapter is going to be very, very interesting. That's all I can say as a Liverpool supporter from the heart. But you know what? Liverpool supporters, fellow Copites, reach out, man. Reach out. What do you think about FSG saying that they're going to be selling up after 12 years at the helm? Good thing? Bad thing? What about the timing of it? Non-Liverpool supporters, what do you think? What do you think about this as well? I want to know everyone's thoughts on this, because this is going to be an interesting time period now. But you know what? I have been Straight Shootin LJA. www.pitch-talk.com is the official website. At Pitch Talk on Twitter. Tweet with us, follow us, see what we're up to. Facebook.com/Pitch Talk. Become a fan, become a friend, become a member of the group. Join the footballing revolution we are working so hard to create. At Pitch Talk on Instagram for vlog previews, images and more. We're at Pitch Talk on TikTok. We're on Reddit as well. Also youtube.com/Pitch Talk for all of our videos from myself, Straight Shootin LjA, the G-Man, Coach JBK, Nathan Arsenal, and so much more content there as well. Remember the website, our website, www.pitch-talk.com, as well as Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Ghana, GAANA, Verbal, VURBL, Player FM, TuneIn Radio, so many places. Wherever you pick up your podcast, you can pick up the Pitch Talk podcast. Spread the word, download, subscribe, kind words, criticisms, we'll take it all. We'll take it all. Spread that word. Let the people know about the footballing revolution we are working so hard to create. I have been Straight Shootin LJA, and until next time, thank you so much for your time here on the Straight Shootin View. Take it easy, peeps.
Join the Pitch Talk revolution.
www.pitch-talk.com. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to Pitch Talk.
We are fans of football dropping vlogs, videos and podcasts on the beautiful game.
Check out our videos on YouTube and Instagram's IGTV,
including special feature segments,
5 minutes with the G,
the Straight Shootin View,
coaching with JBK. We produce, record and edit video content
and audio on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts,
Verbal, Podomatic,
Anchor,
Spotify
and other podcast platforms.
Join the Pitch Talk revolution on Twitter, Instagram,
Facebook
and www.pitch-talk.com.
The pitch is where we eat.
The pitch is where we sleep.
And the pitch is where we talk.
I can see you now.